Do it for your birthday. Woo! Drink that shit, nigga. Now. You ain't pour that bad lyre out, did you?
I went back in my nose.
Oh, shit. You supposed to drink all that shit. Go ahead, little rookie.
That voice you just heard? That was Antrina Natasha Smith, encouraging her 19-year-old son to drink. 2 weeks later, she was dead, shot in the head, in her own bedroom. And the person who pulled the trigger? That same son she was laughing with. The boy she raised for 19 years, the child. She worked multiple jobs to feed, clothe, and protect. May 3rd, 2024. Berkeley Point Apartments, Greenville, South Carolina. A Friday afternoon that started like any other, but ended with a mother's life violently taken by the person she loved most in this world. 19-year-old Nigel Smith walked into his mother's bedroom that afternoon. He assaulted her. Then he retrieved a handgun and shot her in the head. Greenville, South Carolina, a city known for its parks, gardens, waterfalls, and family-friendly atmosphere. The kind of place where people feel safe raising their children. Antrina Natasha Smith was born on July 5th, 1981, right here in Greenville. She grew up surrounded by her siblings in a close-knit family. Everyone who knew her described her the same way. Loving, passionate, sociable. She treated everyone like family. At 23 years old, Antrina became a mother. She welcomed her first child, Nigel, into the world. From day one, she was a single mother. She didn't have it easy, but she made it work. Antrina worked multiple jobs to provide for her son. She did hairstyling. She worked in healthcare at Prisma Health. For 19 years, she poured her heart and soul into raising him. She nursed him when he was sick. She stood by him through hard times. She celebrated every win with him. Later, Antrina had a daughter. Her family was complete. Her circle of love was full. But Antrina wasn't just a mother. She was a friend, a niece, a light in her community. Her aunt, Felicia Arnold, was only 9 years and 35 days older than her. That made their relationship special. Felicia
I went back in my nose.
Babysitting Antrina when she was just 3 months old. Felicia wasn't even 10 years old yet, but she loved taking care of her. She called Antrina my cabbage patch. When Antrina was in school and got in trouble, Felicia would sign her referrals so she wouldn't get caught. As they got older, they became party buddies. They went to clubs like New Attitude, Romans, Johnny's, Hayward's, Club 7, and 397. They danced, they laughed, they lived life together. Antrina also had a best friend she met in 6th grade at Hughes Middle School in 1993. Their friendship lasted over 30 years. They did everything together. They rode around in a white Toyota until it broke down, even putting pepper in the radiator to keep it running. They shoplifted together as teenagers. They got their first jobs together. They got pregnant around the same age and raised their kids as cousins. Her friend remembered how Antrina loved to dance all night with no care in the world. Neighbors at Berkeley Point Apartments said she was very nice. She was known for her warmth and kindness. Antrina Smith was loved. In his early years, Nigel inherited his mother's sweet and playful nature. Mother and son shared a close bond during his childhood. But as Nigel entered his teenage years, everything changed. He started getting into trouble. He was caught stealing cars. He had multiple run-ins with the law. The conflict between him and his mother grew worse. But Antrina never gave up on her son. She kept pushing him. She kept motivating him. She wanted him to finish high school and turn his life around. In 2023, Nigel graduated from high school. It was a moment of hope. Trina was so proud that she celebrated with the world. For a brief moment, it seemed like things were finally getting better. But it wasn't a turning point. It was just a pause. After graduation, the tensions came back stronger than ever. Nigel refused to listen to his mother's advice. He had no job. He wasn't doing anything productive with his life. Evidence suggests possible drug use, which may have played a role in his behavior. The conflict was simple, but dangerous. Trina was trying to guide her son toward a better path. Nigel was resisting her authority at every turn. The warning signs were all there.
Did you?
I went back in my nose.
He had a history of criminal behavior. He showed escalating defiance. He couldn't accept accountability for his actions. There were clear indicators of substance abuse, and he had no direction or purpose in his life. In the months leading up to May 3rd, the tension in that household was building. It was a home on the brink. The warning signs were present, but no one saw them as a threat of violence. No one thought it would end like this. Trina kept trying to save her son. She kept believing he could change, but Nigel wasn't listening, and the anger inside him was growing. May 3rd, 2024. A Friday afternoon. According to police warrants, Nigel went into his mother's bedroom. He accosted her. Then he brutally assaulted her. But he didn't stop there. He retrieved a handgun, and then he shot his mother in the head. In her own bedroom, the one place she should have felt safest. The place where she rested after long days of working to provide for him. That's where her life ended. After shooting his mother, Nigel fled the scene. Police received a call and rushed to Berkeley Point Apartments on Wynwood Road. When officers entered the apartment, they found Trina's body. She had a gunshot wound to the head. The Greenville County coroner arrived and declared her dead at 1:38 p.m. Outside, the scene was unlike anything neighbors had ever seen. The parking lot, which was usually quiet and never full, was now packed with police cars. Investigators moved in and out of the building. Emergency vehicles blocked the road. Yellow tape surrounded the area. Neighbors came out of their apartments trying to understand what was happening. Then the news broke. Police had arrested a suspect. His name was Nigel Smith, 19 years old, and he was Trina's son. Officers were shocked when they learned the relationship between the victim and the suspect. A son had killed his own mother. Nigel was taken into custody and held at the Greenville County Detention Center without bond. He was charged with first-degree murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. The community struggled to process what had happened. Neighbors said she was very nice. They never saw this coming.
Pull that Valera out, did you?
I went back in my nose.
How does a son do this to his mother? How does someone take the life of the person who gave them life? For 19 years, Trina sacrificed. She worked multiple jobs. For 19 years, she endured. The struggles of being a single mother. The heartbreak of watching her son make bad choices. The fear every time he got arrested. The sleepless nights, wondering if he would ever change. And in one moment, he erased it all. One gunshot, one decision, one act of violence, and Trina's life was over. Her daughter lost her mother. Her family lost a beloved sister, niece, and aunt. Her friends lost someone they had known for decades. The community lost a kind and caring woman. And Nigel, he threw away his freedom and destroyed his family. All that love, all that sacrifice, all those years of trying to save him, gone. On May 19th, family and friends gathered to say goodbyes to Antrina. They came together to honor her life and mourn her death. A void was left in countless hearts. In the days following her death, tributes poured in on social media. People shared their memories, their pain, and their love for Antrina. Her aunt, Felicia Arnold, posted a heartbreaking tribute. We are exactly 9 years and 35 days apart. I remember when your mom brought you home from the hospital. I was so excited to see you. I started babysitting you when you were 3 months old. I wasn't even 10 yet, but I enjoyed every minute of it. You were so cute. I called you my Cabbage Patch. I remember when you were in school and used to get a referral. I had mastered how to sign them so you wouldn't get in trouble. People just not understanding the pain I'm going through, man. When you got up to some age, we started partying together from the Romans, Johnny's, Hayward's, Club 7, 327, etc. I'm gonna miss not seeing you or hearing your voice. I love you to death, Trina. Felicia ended her post with something that captured the depth of her grief. In the process of self-healing, I've been broken again. And Trina's lifelong friend also shared a tribute. They had been friends for over 30 years. She wrote, "My rider since 1993, 30 plus years. Even though we had to grow up and be mothers, but that still
You pull that bad lyric out, did you?
I went back in my nose.
didn't separate us, because we raised our kids as cousins. I have so many memories. I'm so hurt, and I've been trying to accept this all day. I haven't even told my mama yet, because I don't want her to feel the pain I feel. I remember my mama always saying, 'Trina, you should have been my child.' We both shaped alike, skinny legs and a flat behind. My ma's exact words. And you would always say, 'But we gonna shake it, and y'all start dancing.' Couldn't tell y'all that y'all didn't have big ol' behinds. I loved being around you, 'cause we would go out. You would live real life, dance all night with no care in the world. Being in the 6th grade at Hughes, for 2 weeks, you was the first to ever wanted to be my friend. We rode that white Toyota to death, putting pepper in the radiator and all. From shoplifting together, to getting our first plant jobs together, to thinking we was grown when you got your first apartment. And not to mention getting pregnant around the same age and didn't want to tell nobody. Even though we didn't hang out like we did back in the day, we made sure our kids had a bond, an unbreakable bond like the one we had. But we always stayed in touch and embraced each other with love when we were face to face. I don't even know why I wrote this long post. The ones that don't know would never understand. I've been trying to write something since around 7:30 tonight, and you know there's something I don't do. It's probably because I'm hurt, and I've always wrote down my feelings. If you could see how I'm crying, you would say, "Oh hell nah, Thea. I know you ain't on no crybaby stuff. Take your behind to bed, or gone home with that." Well, Trina, I'm at home already, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my behind to bed, but how can I sleep with a broken heart and no understanding? What can I do? I am angry, and I am hurt. I'ma pray for peace and understanding for not only me, but for your kids, Miss Marianne, Mr. James, Thea, both of your brothers, and the rest of your family and friends. God, we need your patience and love right now. The loss of Antrina didn't just affect 1 or 2 people. It affected an entire community. Antrina's daughter lost her mother and sole provider.
Pull that bad lyric out, did you?
I went back in my nose.
She was left without the one person who had always been there for her. Antrina's extended family lost a beloved sister aunt, and cousin. The family gatherings would never be the same. There would always be an empty seat at the table. The community lost someone known for her warmth and kindness. While most mourned Antrina's death, some expressed support for Nigel despite what he had done. This created division in the community. But the facts remain clear. Nigel killed his mother. There is no excuse for that. No matter how hard life was, no matter what struggles he faced, nothing justifies what he did. His sister is now left without her mother and sole provider. His immaturity and his choices destroyed more than just one life. Antrina deserved better. Her family deserved better. And justice must be served. The warning signs were there. First, Nigel had a history of criminal behavior. He was stealing cars. He was getting in trouble with the law. This showed a pattern of breaking rules and ignoring consequences. Second, there was escalating conflict with authority figures, especially his mother. He refused to listen to her advice. He resisted her attempts to guide him. Third, there were indicators of substance abuse. He showed signs of drug use, which can affect judgment and increase violent behavior. Fourth, after graduating high school in 2023, Nigel had no job and no productive activities. He had no direction or purpose. So why were these signs missed? Maternal love and hope can sometimes blind us to danger. Antrina loved her son and believed he could change. She kept hoping things would get better. Many people also normalize teenage rebellion. They think he's just going through a phase. But sometimes there's more to the story than that. There was also a lack of intervention from outside systems. Schools, social services, and law enforcement didn't step in to help this family. And Nigel may not have faced enough consequences for his earlier crimes. When young people break the law without real consequences, they may think they can get away with anything. This case fits a pattern we see in family violence. Escalating conflict plus access to weapons. Officers arrested 22-year-old Riley Donaldson and asked for her name. She gave them an answer that sent chills through the investigation. God, not Riley, not her legal name. God. She believed she had the power to decide who lives and who dies. And on October 5th, 2025, she made that decision about her own mother. Surveillance cameras captured the black Chrysler 300 pulling into Ada Mae Simmons Jones's driveway just before midnight. Riley stepped out, walked to the front door of her mother's Southfield, Michigan home, and 3 minutes later, 45-year-old Ada Mae was gone. The victim? A devoted realtor, grandmother, and the one person who stood between Riley's 3-year-old daughter and the foster care system. The crime? First-degree premeditated murder over a custody battle Riley had already lost. But here's the part that haunts this case. Riley didn't take her daughter with her when she fled. She left that baby behind, proving this was never about love. So what drives a woman to call herself God while destroying the only person who truly loved her child? Ada Mae Simmons Jones was a 45-year-old realtor living in Southfield, Michigan. She had built a life that many would admire: professional success, a comfortable home, and most importantly, a role that meant everything to her: raising her 3-year-old granddaughter, Price. Ada shared her home with her husband and his 77-year-old mother, creating what seemed like a stable, multi-generational household. But Ada's greatest source of joy was also her greatest source of stress: her daughter, Riley Donaldson. Riley was 22 years old, living between Ohio and Michigan. She worked at Ford Motor Company and had a 3-year-old daughter. But somewhere along the way, the state decided that Riley was not capable of caring for her own child. This wasn't about financial hardship or lack of resources. This was about Riley's own behavior and decisions that put her daughter at risk. The court granted Ada Mae full legal custody of her granddaughter. But Ada didn't just take the child and shut Riley out. She allowed Riley to visit whenever she wanted, so she could see her daughter freely. Riley had the support system that most struggling young mothers would be grateful for. But gratitude wasn't what Riley felt. It was resentment. By mid-2025, the tension between Riley and her mother had reached a breaking point. Social media became Riley's outlet, and her posts painted a picture of a young woman spiraling into darkness. In May, she wrote, "My mom says she's worried, but I'm covered in his favor." Then, in June, Riley posted something even more telling. "Do you all want my mom's number so you can ask her personally if I ever cared?" The anger was growing. The posts were getting darker. And her mother, the woman trying to hold everything together, was becoming the target. Riley's baby father, Darnell Adams, was another complication in this already messy situation. Their relationship was toxic, playing out in public on social media for everyone to see. They fought online and aired their personal business like it was entertainment. In July, Riley wrote a long, detailed message about Darnell. She accused him of multiple things, but the most important part of that post was what she said about her own mother. Riley wrote, "The only reason Darnell isn't in jail right now is because of my mother and Price. Not because he's innocent, but because I'm the only one who takes what happens to me seriously. They had the chance to do right by me. When I spoke up, when I said I'd been assaulted, I was not taken to the hospital. I've protected people who wouldn't even flinch if it was me. That stops here." This wasn't just about custody anymore. In Riley's mind, her mother was the enemy. But through it all, Ada Mae was the one providing stability for that little girl, making sure she had a home, love, and safety. In August 2025, Riley took her daughter to Ohio without permission. This wasn't discussed with her mother, who had primary custody. Riley just took the child and left. Ada Mae was terrified. She called the police and reported her granddaughter missing, explaining that Riley had some serious issues and had stolen her car. The child was found safely in Ohio, and the car was recovered. When Riley was brought back to Michigan, Ada didn't press charges. She could have. She had every right to. But instead, she petitioned for Riley to undergo evaluation. Even after everything, Ada was still trying to help her daughter. October 5th, 2025, started like any other day. But by the time the sun set, Riley Donaldson had made a decision that would destroy multiple lives forever. That evening, Riley bought a 2017 Chrysler 300 from a private seller. She wasn't buying a car to start fresh. She was preparing for murder. Back in Southfield, Ada Mae was home with her mother-in-law and her granddaughter. It was a normal Sunday night. She had no idea that her own daughter was driving north from Ohio, planning to destroy everything she had built. Just before midnight, that black Chrysler 300 pulled into Ada's driveway. Riley stepped out of the car, carried her purse, and walked toward the front door of her mother's home. The confrontation happened quickly. In 3 minutes, she was driving out. The 77-year-old mother-in-law heard disturbing sounds. Then she heard someone running toward the front door. The elderly woman didn't call 911 directly. She called her son, Ada's husband. He's the one who contacted the police. By the time emergency responders arrived at 11:50 p.m., Ada, Mae Simmons Jones, was gone. In Riley's rush to escape, she left her purse behind. That purse contained her identification cards, personal items, and everything the police would need to identify her immediately. Riley drove straight to Ohio and stayed in the Toledo area for about 2 hours. After those 2 hours in Ohio, she drove back to Michigan. Why? Maybe she was trying to establish an alibi. Maybe she thought the distance would protect her. But what Riley didn't know was that technology would be her downfall. Back in Southfield, detectives had collected surveillance footage from neighborhood cameras that showed the Chrysler 300 arriving and leaving. They had the purse with Riley's identification and witness testimony from the 77-year-old woman who was in that house when everything happened. They also had phone records that placed Riley's phone at Ada Mae's house during the exact time of the incident. Investigators began tracking Riley's movements. The evidence was overwhelming. This wasn't a mystery. This was a hunt. A day later, on October 6th,